for humanity.
The time is exactly 9:38. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back to News and Views on Salam Media. Now, an announcement by the DA that they have formed a majority coalition in the city of Johannesburg that includes Islamic political party Al-Jama-ah appears to have been premature. Ganief Hendricks, the leader of the Al-Jama-ah Party, says that the DA is lying about its majority government in Joburg. Let's talk to Ganief and try and get to the heart of the matter. Assalamu alaikum, dear brother. Welcome to the program.
Alaikum salam. Thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Okay, so you saying that the DA are lying about the fact that they have formed a majority government, and yet last week the mayor of Johannesburg, the DA candidate, gave speeches and welcomed this coalition that they have formed and has promised, obviously, Johannesburg or Gauteng province, she's promised us the world. So do you say that that was a lie?
Look, a lie is maybe a very strong word. She obviously, was misled by her provincial chair, who indicated to her that there was a national agreement signed between Al-Jama-ah and the Federal Council of the DA to co-govern in 22 municipalities, and that would have included the city of Johannesburg. And the reason is that in the city of Johannesburg, Al-Jama-ah has 3 seats. Another political party, the ACDP, also had 3 seats, and they were given a mayoral position. And so if one analyzes the situation, if there was any truth in that we signed a national agreement, we would obviously have pushed for a mayoral seat as well, on the basis that we have 3 seats, the ACDP has 3 seats, so it's only fair that we should also be considered. But I think to come to the crux of the matter, the Al-Jama-ah, the ANC sent an envoy to Al-Jama-ah after the elections, Jeff Radebe and some key members of the NEC, for a meet and greet. And the ANC understands, that we are not in coalition with them. The only reason we support the ANC is because they are the only substantial political party left of the liberation movement. We cannot support any other political party that wants a return to white rule or supports those who want a return to white rule. So we, according to Helen Jeller, she will come back because it looks like the provincial chair of the DA misled them. Also, the executive mayor contacted our provincial office to say that, this matter is bringing the party in the DA into disrepute. And we told them, there's no such an agreement. Look, that the mayoral committee positions has been settled, and that and they are active, they are in operation. However, there are about a dozen or more seats where I think those committees have oversight and they play very important roles. And so those chairman positions are available. And with the chairman positions comes, and the salary is also increased of those councillors. So obviously a lot of councillors would be interested to become chairs of these subcommittees. And also it will help them with service delivery, especially if they are ward councillors. The only position that Al-Jama-ah would have been interested, no matter who is in power, is the impact position. That position is independent. It doesn't depend on the policies of the governing party. But there has been no negotiations. And if there was, it means that the DA, Al-Jama and the leadership is going behind our back and maybe speaking to individual councillors and testing them out and offering them positions. This happens in politics, but there's
Absolutely.
definitely not a national agreement that
Oh,
governs a 5-year relationship.
okay.
But I
Also,
can tell you what's going to
we
happen.
know, all right,
I can tell you
carry
what's
on.
going to happen. What happened in Ekurhuleni is that the EF and the EFF and the ANC divided all the chairman's positions amongst themselves. And the DA is left out in the cold, although they control the municipality. But they don't have the numbers, so it's all about the numbers. I'm not sure whether that sort of cooperation between the EFF and the ANC will also apply in the city of Johannesburg. So what is going to happen if the Ekurhuleni model is followed? Then the EFF and the ANC will occupy all the chair positions, and they may even give 1 or 2 or 3 to Al-Jama-ah because we have a working relationship with the ANC. That's obviously
Okay.
if the EFF will agree. So that
Okay,
means the
that sounds, that's
DA parties, the DA has promised chair positions to their parties that have signed a 5-year agreement with them, which includes the ACDP. They will then be left out of the cold.
all right. Let me just share this with you, which you are well aware of. Is this one of the reasons Al-Jamaah's inclusion initially, when the DA had said that you obviously have formed a coalition with them? There were raised eyebrows because in the past you've been openly critical of the DA for what you perceive it to be a Zionist stance towards Palestine. And when Mayor Palazzi was fired during former Mayor Herman Mashaba's term for declaring the city of Johannesburg a friend of Israel, she apparently or presumably is still pro-Israel, even though she apologized at the time. She's never distanced herself from her views of Israel being a friend of Johannesburg as a city. Do you still hold firmly onto that view? Is that one of your reasons why you didn't go into a coalition with them?
That is the main reason because of the
Ah,
DA's position on events in Palestine. And we are quite keen to establish a Hamas office in Johannesburg. So, that's why we hope that the relationship with the ANC and the EFF will help that. We also want Sandton Drive to be called Leila Khalid Drive. That is already approved in council, but someone has to budget for the cost of putting up the street names and the changes and so on. And the ANC has been a bit slow with that in the previous municipality. And so it is very important for Al-Jama-ah to declare Sandton Drive, to rename Sandton Drive Leila Khalid Drive. And it's very important for us to have an office of Hamas in Johannesburg.
okay, good on you for all of those initiatives. Just one final question and a quick answer to it, if you don't mind, because we're running out of time. The Rapport newspaper told Africa Global News that they've written an article which was based on this national 5-year agreement that was supposedly signed by the leadership of DA and the Al-Jama-ah. Al-Jama-ah in turn has said that if anyone can produce evidence of such an agreement, they will then explain. Has such evidence been produced?
No,
Or
no
is it
such
an
evidence.
outright, is that outright misinformation that's going around?
Yeah, that is outright misinformation. We never met with the DA and we never signed any agreement. So if such an agreement exists, I would really like to see it. And, I think that the provincial chair was a bit too enthusiastic in telling the Federal Council that he's got Al-Jama-ah on board. I think he also had the cheek to say that.
Okay, thank you for explaining yourself. May you go well with all your initiatives. Till the next time when we talk again, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
9:48 exactly. In a minute or two, we'll be joined by Asha Dadi Patel. So stay with us.
Looking to get your kick? Kiki's have now